Steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Oh, yo. What is up? My name is Rashad Milligan, man. Excuse me. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs, man. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. Harmoni Turner, 44 points. And the Ivy League semifinal. Oh, my gosh. And they needed every single one of those 44, by the way. Because they were down by about like 2 when she got to 44. They were down by hold on. Let me see the clip. I can't show it on screen, but let me see the clip before they shut me down. I was just watching ZSB Lou. They just shut down their stream, excuse me. Yeah, they were literally down by 1, bro. It was 62-63, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter when she hit the 44th point. And then at the end of the game, last minute, she could have ran it up. She kind of had a good look at the basket, but decided to dish it off, bounce pass down low. And, she passed up 46. But, yeah, great performance. Cerebral performance from Harmoni Turner. I've been talking about her all season. Like Tarika Foster Brasby said, when she was like, there's a reason why I kept voting for Harvard to be in my top 25 all season. It's because of Harmoni Turner. She's just been hooping. She set the standard high early on in the year. I believe she had like 42 in a game, or it was like 41. I reacted to that. That's earlier on the channel and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm tapped in now. I'm gang. So, I was following her all season long from afar, and the numbers were consistent, bro. And I just kept talking about her. Last weekend, I was talking about her at the end of the regular season and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, Princeton is the team they lost to twice. And she said she took it personally. She took this matchup personally. She just studied film for hours and hours and hours. And she said she felt like that the work paid off tonight. And it showed when she had 44 tonight. It was just the way she was reading the defense. It was crazy in the highlights. You're talking about step backs, stutter steps, different ways to get the ball off the ball, setting screens, setting down screens, pin downs, popping out, 3-pointers, catch and shoot, not taking too much time holding the ball, getting the ball off, quick release just in time when she had little inches of time and things of that sort. Those are the things that make great players and great scorers. That's what you saw tonight from Harmoni Turner. Like I said, they lost twice to Princeton. They didn't lose much this season, but they lost twice in the regular season to Princeton. They needed to get through Princeton to have a chance at making the NCAA tournament, probably, unfortunately, being an Ivy League team in mid-major, and they did just that. So now they have to win the Ivy League championship game, and that will be against Ivy League Women's Basketball Championship 2025. That will be against. Okay, hold on. Nobody has a bracket. Penn? Is it Penn? No. Who's the winner? Who faces? I need a bracket, bro. Do they have an Ivy League bracket? Let me see. Okay. Ivy March, bro. Okay, cool. I'm about to share the screen. Give me a second. Can you feel it? Money to the ceiling. Shout out to Star Bands, Mirror. Okay, so Harvard just beat Princeton, so they're facing the winner of Columbia Penn. Who won? Oh, it's Columbia. So it's Columbia. Columbia versus Harvard. Let me see their matchups this season. Okay, they got that. But what about their previous matchups? We got a basketball. What? Last matchup was in February. Harvard won by 6. If you got a box score, here's a box score right here. Harmony Turner had 22 on 5 of 14 shooting. Kind of a tough night from the field, but she hit 10 free throws in the game. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Sheesh. This kid is stupid, bro. 7 assists, 2 turnovers. It's a one player machine, bro. And Sanaya Glenn, I seen a highlight from her, late game highlight from her as well tonight. But goodness gracious, bro. Kid is different, bro. What can you say? The kid is different. And yeah, here's Princeton, as you see, a little more spread out type of effort, but geez Louise. I think the only thing with Harmony is that she's gonna run out of gas. But this is when a great college player can carry a team now. A college player can carry a team by themselves. I saw RJ Hunter do it with Georgia State back in the day. If you know, you know. You know what? Tulane is a graduate assistant. Okay, bet. But yeah, Harmony Turner is something different, bro. Shout out Rod T. Shout out Ricky Smiley Morning Show, man. Shout out to Carter Dewey's, the sports director or sports broadcasting director at WYBCZX. I'm sorry, my fault. Here we go. Harmony Turner scores 44, breaks 3 records, most points in Ivy League history, men's or women's, Harvard program record, and the Pitts Atola Sports Center record. So shouts out to the Pitts Atola Sports Center. Hey, you know what I mean? Dang, she done scored too many points. She scored so many points. They said you wrote the whole record. At Ivy Madness, single game sports record. And the previous record for Harvard was Harmoni Turner, bro. What she did earlier this season when she had 41 or 42. Crazy, bro. Now Columbia, what's good? What we doing? What we on? Columbia? What we doing? Look at the kids celebrating. But yeah. That's it. Shout out to Harmoni Turner once again. Congratulations. And yeah, I think it's about time to get into. Well, okay. Let me close out with this because I got a couple more minutes here. I do want to say, as I said, if they get past Princeton, I got them winning a game in an NCAA tournament. They got past Princeton. They have to win this game against Columbia tomorrow. And then, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. They got to win this game tomorrow against Columbia. And then they'll win a game in the NCAA tournament. You heard it here first. And then on the men's side, this is a bonus. On the men's side, I got Jackson State as a sleeper to win a game in the NCAA tournament. You know why? Because they're led by Deshaun Ruffin, former McDonald's High School All-American, former SEC standout freshman over there at Ole Miss. The only reason why he's even at Jackson State, one of the reasons, is because he got hurt. He took off for some mental health break. He ended up having a kid. And then he transferred to Jackson State because he's from Jackson. His family's in the Jackson area. Then he went to Jackson State with Mo Williams. And it took him a while because he tore his ACL last season. So it took him a while this season to get a consistent rhythm. But he's kind of developed that now at this point of the season. He's peaking at the right time. And I think he'll be very, very dangerous. Just some words. I think Josh Hubbard at Mississippi State, he's going to have a big tournament too. You heard it here first, bro. All right. That's what I had to say about that. Let's get into this hip hop, shall we? So I guess I'll go over my notes first. We'll do that. I'll go over my notes. So I made notes this morning listening to all the albums I listened to. I listened to 3 albums today. First was Playboi Carti. Second was K Camp. And third was Ty the Guy. So let me pull up, I guess, like a background or something that I could have up for this so y'all could just look at the background. Whatever things of that sort. Right. There we go. The moment y'all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. All right, bet. So here we go, man. Where we at? Okay. My first note from this album of I Am Music was the feature placements early on. They really reminded me of When I Get Home from Solange, 2019, ironically, which included Cardi as one of the features, but she had Cardi, Tyler the Creator. I was about to say Ty the Guy. Tyler the Creator, Gucci Mane, but the way they were featured was like as ad libs, as background vocals almost. It was like, kind of like another piece of the song. Like they lived within the instrumentals. It was something that I never heard before, quite with so many features. Sometimes you'll hear hidden features and people who just do the hook or something like that, or maybe just the ad libs. But she had them like in the song, but not. It was weird. It was weird. It was very just creative how she did those features, and that's how Cardi did these features at the beginning of this album with Travis, with Pluto, with Dot, and everything like that. That's how he really started this album, and I enjoyed it. And I thought that was the Kendrick feature. I thought that was the Travis Scott feature. I thought that was the Future feature, and it wasn't. Boy, was I in for such a pleasant surprise going down this track listing and stuff. So then my next note is he's rapping over 2000s beats from Metro Boomin, Radar. It sounds like he's really, really rapping. I would say here at this point, I didn't even realize this until I seen other people point it out. But Cardi in the past 2-3 years, ever since like the rollout of this entire project, has been aimed to like a salute to Atlanta, Georgia. It's crazy because he says Southside and he shouts out Atlanta and growing up in Atlanta and Atlanta streets all the time in his songs. But I feel like in a way, because he has become so alternate, as opposed to when he kind of first came up in the SoundCloud era and the Awful Music Records era and stuff like that. And the Awful Music, when he first came out, right, as an artist, when he first popped around 2014, 2015, 2016, he was just kind of like another Atlanta rapper, and he sounded like Atlanta. His accent, you can hear it, his rhyme scheme, the beat selection. It was all very trap. It was all very Atlanta. And then when he just kind of continued to change his voice and go more alt and go more right and go more left and go more this, it was like, yo, you didn't necessarily correlate his music and his sound to the city of Atlanta. So a lot of people, they would mention when they say, oh, best rappers, sometimes every now and again they'll be like, but the main thing people say is Future, Thug, Baby, right? 21 Savage, Future, 21 Ram, and then every now and again people say like, oh yeah, Playboi Carti is doing this thing. Playboi Carti is also doing this thing. It'll kind of be like a afterthought, almost in a way that Gambino for the blog era rappers and stuff like that, they treated him. It was like, oh yeah, we got so and so, we got Migos, we got da 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 da. Oh, we got Migos, we got 2 Chainz, we got who's another blog era rapper from Atlanta, but they'll say like somebody else, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, and then someone will be like Gambino not Atlanta. Yes, he is. He's from. Oh, okay, I didn't even know he's from Atlanta. And that's exactly, I feel like, how Playboi Carti was being treated when he went full rock star with Whole Lotta Red, even though that album includes just a lot of Atlanta references. So this album was like, he made a distinct decision to like remind you, this is very Atlanta. This is my salute. This is my ode to the city where I'm from. I love where I'm from. I love my city. And I thought he did a great job with that, with having Swamp Izzo host the album and have him just host the entire era and the entire rollout and things of that sort. Being even on the Lotto feature for Blake's song remix, like, it's crazy. It's just insane. And so salute to him for that, for sure. I also think it's interesting how he's kind of cool with like 21's Camp Seal 4L. And then, but he's like, obviously got a problem with Drake, which we'll get into after the actual album review. But yeah, I think that's interesting. A side note. But yeah, I was very surprised to hear Kendrick verse because he was doing ad libs on another earlier track. It sounded like Luther Kendrick. that was another note that I had. You guys know that song if you heard the album and stuff like that. I honestly can't really remember it, but it sounded like in the same vein of Luther. It was like towards the beginning of the album, kind of. My next note is Future sounds like he has a verse on Charged Them a Fee. Travis Scott also pulls a dot where he has a verse after previously just doing ad libs on another track. And then my next note is in all caps. Another dot feature, question mark, question mark, question mark. Good credit. He really rapping on this one. I'm so glad I didn't give up on this album. Before good credit, I felt like I was about to give up on the album because I started off hype. He gets into Evil Jordan. I said, Evil Jordan on the album. And, I'm listening to it on YouTube. So on YouTube, Joker just put in someone's fan video, right, of Evil Jordan. So it's just a version I know. I said, oh, he got Bear One Boss in the video. Somebody ripping it, boom. Once again, showing his ode to Atlanta. You showing love to underground Atlanta artist, Bear One Boss. Shout out to pop star Benny. Shout out to Tony Snow. Anyways, we get back to it. So Bear One Boss in the video, hitting the bricks. I'm jumping around. I'm hype at this point because I already like the first couple joints. The first couple joints was just some rock star, get you hype, everything like that. And then you get into Evil Jordan, the song I know. I say, oh, Carti, you done did it, my boy. Carti done did it. And then it gets kind of slow. And it doesn't get slow like in the BPM or anything like that. It's just like, I feel like I'm hearing the same rock star like and I know I'm just doing hood by air, but you gotta get I like this. Like I feel like I'm hearing that cadence and that voice and that type of sound for about 3-4 tracks around the late kind of 8, 9, 10 and I don't know the actual numbers and stuff like that, but like say 11, just giving kind of examples until we get to good credit. And we get to good credit, I'm like, okay, it's interesting. I'm bopping out. I'm intrigued. And the way Dot came in, bro, it was just so smooth. And I said, oh, this is the one he's rapping. Because, I hear the ad lib track, right? When he said, Carti, give me some of that Chicago. Give me some of that. I need some of that spaceship, Carti. And then he comes on the other one on the Luther tip and he's like, Playboi Carti, if you want to go to Playboi Carti. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay, what is the track that Academics was referring to when he said Kendrick is talking again? I'm like, where is that track? Lo and behold, there's another Dot track. And he slide in and he say, I hate you too. And then, but then it's the one line that everybody stopped on and stuff like that. The Luka Doncic bar was hard. I caught that off top. But it was another bar that he said that everybody stopped on. And I said, oh, when I first heard it, but I didn't fully grasp the bar. And everybody was like, yeah, I grasped it immediately. I didn't get the bar. I ain't going to hold you. I'm like, is this a diss to Rocky? Is this a diss to... It doesn't seem like he would diss Rocky. Then he's on his team. They both hate Drake right now, right? And then I see this tweet at night, bro. Because I see Zia's and B-Lou's reaction to it, and they say, you get it? And then B-Lou's like, yeah. And they both got it immediately, right? I still did not get it. And then I see this. On point, like ASAP Rally. Who was planning in the courtroom? Who was telling? Who went and sued over this song? What is we talking? And I don't care. Oh, he did it for UMG. Oh, he did it for artist rights. Oh, he did it because he's renegotiating the new contract and they don't want to give the boy more than $500 million because they know if he challenges them, then he'll win. And the Spotify is plotting against them and the whole establishment's against them. How can the establishment be against the machine? He was the machine for so long. But now they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to plug out the machine because I don't want to give him $1 billion. Hey, I wouldn't want to give him $1 billion either. It's that, dang, if you, the only reason why you became so popular, this and that, because we put too much of the machine behind you. But for the machine that go behind you, we on the Dolce. I'm sidetracking. We gonna get back on track with I Am Music. But if we want to get on that with Dolce, to have a machine to even push you, you gotta have some motion behind it first. Everybody that was signed to TDE did not go. Reason just left. We just reviewed Reason's album a couple weeks ago, right? Reason did not go. Reason was on back on Fed, dissing the TDE people, saying y'all don't support me, y'all don't do this. TDE said, hey man, you got to support yourself. You got to get going. You got to get some motion. Don't you got our own motion, right? And he pumped him right on air, and he felt bad and everything like that. Before you know it, Reason got off that label eventually, just tweeting some like, this Drake joint hard. Woo woo. He finally got off the label and released a nice independent project. I'm still listening to by the way, this is I guess better than the last album, because the last album I didn't revisit it at all. But on this one, I am listening to 100, the joint with Ben Riley, on a consistent basis, close to daily, if not all the time. So in order for Dolce to get the push, Dolce's got to have some following. Dolce's got to have some people behind her, right? So that goes back to Drake. If Drake has a machine, everything like that, Drake had to have some type of popularity to even get a machine to push him and support him that much. All right. So there's that. Anyways, back to the music, bro. So we get into this one now. Oh yeah. Dot snap. Kendrick snap, bro. He snapped. He rapped. He rapped. He gave us current cultural references, relevant references. The ASAP Rally whole trial, that joint was like a month ago, and the Luka Doncic trade was a month ago. And he said, I'm moving weight in the West. I'm carrying weight like Luka Doncic. Because they said, well, why would you trade Luka Doncic? Well, he's fat. He's got weight. Man, it's just, man. And then he went with the Chicago slang, and people was upset that he was talking about some conspiracy theories in there. Bro, sit back and enjoy the greatness, brother. Sit back and enjoy the greatness. All right, here we go and continue. So then Travis is also on Wake Up Filthy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't mind these Travis Scott little things. I didn't mind them. Like the little ad libs and the skirt, like his voice and the auto tune and everything like that. Because obviously, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a part of like, I feel this entire Carti flow and stuff like that of the is kind of like he's singing, rapping, and auto tune and ad libs and stuff like that. And Travis Scott was the first to do that with the stacked auto tune. So yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's like Travis having a lot of Kanye on his album, because it's obvious, you could tell like he's very influenced by Kanye. That's why I didn't really like Travis's last album. It just reminded me of like a cheap, copycat version of Yeezus, which is crazy because like Travis produced on Yeezus, so I guess that makes sense on. But yeah, it seemed like he was just trying to make a Kanye like album. When I first heard Jumpin', on the ad libs on the hook, it sounded like Key. And I said, is that Key? And then I looked it up to see if anybody else was asking the same question. Everybody's just talking about how Uzi's on it. And I was like, okay, Uzi probably did a different voice. And then I thought, dang, did Uzi get a sound from Key? And then, I seen an interview where Key was talking with GA followers. And he was like, yeah, people say some people sound like me, this and that, woo, but it's whatever, man. I just do what I do. I worry about myself. I worry about my own people. But he used to talk about, just Uzi being on Edgewood, which is crazy because that means I probably passed him. I was living on Edgewood at that time. At that time of the 2014, 2015, everything like that. I was at Georgia State, and I was on campus at the dorm, the lofts at Georgia State, and the lofts is literally on Edgewood. So just walk down a block and you're kind of a block away from all the action. Pretty crazy times. I went to Rory music video out there, Tears in the Trap with Key, ironically, and stuff like that. And they had the pop-up shops at the department store with Mike Will Made It. He had Ear Drummers, 2-9, Ray Shrimmer, all of them was in there. Michi, all those guys and stuff. I don't know, a lot of history over there. I seen Uno the Activist perform on a like desk at the department store. The department store was something so kind of prevalent to the culture. It's kind of like the meetup place, the central place for Edgewood, which was kind of like the center of alt black culture. Like Low 5 Points is supposed to be that as well, and it still is, but Edgewood was really it, especially back in the mid 2010s. Long lived love Trouble, bro. Rest in peace of Trouble, for sure. Edgewood legend. And then rest in peace, OG Mako, for sure. Department store legend. But it was Space Ghost Perp, who was just thanking Carti for being on the album. He's like, yo, like, you at the top of the industry now, for you to reach back out and, like, you know, one of the people that came up with you, I really appreciate it. He said this one's for the department store. And I was like, is Space Ghost Perp from Atlanta? He ain't from Atlanta. I looked it up. He's from Florida. But like literally, like Key was saying, everybody was down there on Edgewood, bro, at department store. Like Uzi, Made in Tokyo. He actually from Atlanta. So that's a bad example. But like all these other rappers from out of town, they was at department store. They was on Edgewood at the time. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. Shout out Reese LaFleur, bro. Yeah. So it turned out that it was just Uzi. Future has a verse on Trim. I like that joint. I like Trim. Another note that I made, there's a lot of references to 5L and being tough on the album up to this point. And I just thought that was interesting, kind of just with everything that's going on. It doesn't seem like there's any signs of the smoke slowing up. You know, you see I don't know if you guys seen the clip of Benji Bluebills listening to the album, but he like just uploaded like 5 seconds of it, and he kind of just smiled, and then he nodded his head and then ended the video, the snippet of him. Let me see. But yeah, here it is. So yeah, there's that right there. It doesn't look like it's gonna slow down anytime soon. The whole beef and everything like that. Lord, pray for Atlanta and the streets and the young children in Atlanta, the young men, the young black men in this beef. We don't want to lose any more blah. Anyways, all that stuff, right? We need all the vibes, right? Thug, come on. All right, so we finally get to Thug. We hear everybody else that's featured, all the bigger names and stuff. We finally get to Thug. I think we've already had The Weeknd at this point. The Thug ain't talking about nothing. Thug ain't talking about nothing. Yo, he come on there talking about luxury life, girls, and they put on Ty Dolla $ign to sing about girls on the hook just to double down on it. Thug. Carti, I don't know if it was Thug choice or Carti choice. They said we ain't taking no chances. No sir. You rapping about girls on this record. You gonna rap about my chick so sweet and she foreign and nice. I can see you from the front. Take a different turn. Like it ain't nothing that nobody can grab in that. But that's the sign of a true friend, man. Shout out to Carti, bro. More people need true friends in their lives. He didn't even let him get close, because I'm hearing the joint on the Wham album, right? And I feel like that was the highlight of the Wham album. I feel like we're a few months removed from it, so now we can look at it from that perspective, right? I'm looking at the Wham album, and I'm like, okay, he talking like it seemed like it ain't nothing really different for real. Like he ain't saying nothing like I'll slide on you, I'll do anything to the snitches or anything like that. But it sounds like he's just talking like how Thug usually talks in his records. This one, I could hear the concerted effort that we only talking about lifestyle, money, and women. That's the only thing we talking about. And I was like, it was just kind of like a little funny note that I noticed or whatever listening to it. Next note, we have Soulja Boy, 2006, 2007, like production snares on Twin Trim. And I'm like, wow, him and Uzi are really friends again. I put that in all caps. It was kind of difficult to like just kind of grasp, because, you know, Carti went away. And when he went away, you know, they had the whole thing of him coming out recording in a cave. And it was a bunch of people. It was Maxo Cream. It was Uzi. It was like 2 other people. Pierre, I think. It was like a couple people that like Carti was kind of affiliated with. Like it was like Carti are these people. This is Carti's people. This is the group, his peers that he came up with. He's always going to make music with them. It's a part of his sound. It's a part of the Playboi Carti world. And then all of them was just like, I haven't heard from Carti in months. I haven't heard from Carti in years. I'm like, what? This is crazy. And it's like Uzi, you know what I'm saying? Hasn't heard from Carti. What in the world? Like, it's not even like Uzi's not on your level. Like, Uzi is more popular than you, if anything, unless you were trying to work to get more popular than Uzi. And I feel like at this point, you can kind of make the argument. What y'all think? I'll let y'all answer in the comments if you got this far in the video. Do you think Carti has surpassed Uzi in popularity? I think Carti might have done it, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Carti might have done it because Fiend was like such a big hit. Because you might say, I just want to rock and you know, the Rush Me Today, you know, that joint might be like huge record radio success and stuff like that. Fiend might have matched I Just Want to Rock. So I don't know. I think Carti's surpassed Uzi. Anyways, they're fans again. They got a couple records on this joint, and I was just really surprised that they made it back good. But I think that just proves to you that anything can be reconciled. Anything. And then once again, like I said, the Old to Atlanta. He has the Rich Kid Schoolie sample on Like Wheezy. I noticed it immediately, and I'm like, yo, he's just showing so much love. He ends with like the South Atlanta song and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. So with that being said, my rating for this album, I've been going back and forth about this all day because it's like I feel like for the quality production and everything like that, you can go in the high 8s, low 9s, right? The feature quality, the sound, you can go high 8s, low 9s. At the same time, with like I said, it was a lot of tracks that just sounded the same in the middle of it, where I was like about to tap out. It's 30 tracks. I think 30 tracks is too many for this project, to be honest. It's too many from Carti, in my opinion. I don't think there's enough diversity in the sound to have 30 tracks of something that kind of sounds like the same thing for most of the point. So I think you got to take some away from that. I think for that, you will go more in the 7s, right? In the high 7s, low 8s. I wouldn't be mad if someone said this was a 7.1, 7.5 or something like that, right? But I do think what kind of puts it in the middle is like the more I listen to it after the first listen, more I listen to this track and this track and this track, I'm like, yo, I like this song. I like this song. I like this song. And you just hear random songs from the album in no order, and you just bumping your head, you vibing your head, you vibing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think because of that, I'm anticipating that it's gonna grow on me. I'll say this. As of right now, I think I gave Wham like an 8.1 or something like that. I don't even remember what I gave him. I might have gave him like a 7.9, whatever. First listen, I'll give it honest a 8.3. I think a lot of the tracks though, anticipating how it's growing on me, it's going to grow to a 8.5, a mid 8s for me. I don't think it's better than the Lit album. Is it better than Self-Titled? This is two different Cartis. It's two different Cartis right there, Self-Titled and this one. I do think this is better than Whole Lotta Red. I like this better than Whole Lotta Red off top. Whole Lotta Red, it was so much first listen that was just like out there. That was also another album I thought was too many songs. And the way that they kind of aged, I just thought that the Lit album was better. And then, you know, the Self-Titled, I have a bias with that, probably just because I was just young then. You know, I'm about Carti's age. So it was like I was in college when Self-Titled came out. It was a whole different feeling with it. You know, and so like I have a bias with that. And then he kind of came straight from SoundCloud at that point to like a major, had his first major hit, Magnolia. It was different. I don't think I can like do that without being biased about thinking about where I was in life at the time. But I do think out of those 3 albums, I got Lit number 1, This number 2, I Am Music number 2, Whole Lot of Red number 3. And that's where I'm at with it. So I got an 8.5. And the Lit album probably at like a 9. It ain't probably about one song, but one song that I wouldn't listen to if I'm listening to the whole Lit album all the way through. Yeah. Yeah. It's darn near no misses. So yeah, 9.5 with that one. But yeah, so that's a 9.5. I say this at 8.5. 8.3. I'm going 8.3, 8.5. 8.3-8.5. That's where we're going for I Am Music. Y'all give it over, Cardi. Hey. So now that we talked about the actual music, I'll talk about a little bit of the I guess the drama update around the album. So here it is. Playboi Carti, he posted the thing because Academics tweeted, "Did I lie though?" Because he was talking about all the features and people didn't believe the feature album and stuff like that. And he did lie because Justin Bieber's not on the album. And there was a couple other people that weren't on the album that he said was on the album. Yeah. So anyways, he posted it with the "Did I lie though? Did you lie though?" And he keeps in Kendrick and SZA's Luther, right? But he blanks out Nokia from Drake, like over there. And that's definitely intentionally. He said, Cardi blocking Nokia, are him and Drake beefing. And Justin, shout out my boy Justin. He said, he's not my boy, but I met him once. He was a cool dude. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you clarify the language. He said, would have thought people would have figured after the 3 Kendrick and 2 weekend spots. And yeah, man, he putting you up a good point, bro. Kendrick is all over I Am Music. I know there was a whole kind of rumor of like Drake had a song on the album, but Kendrick said you can't put that song on the album or you can't have me on the album. I don't know if Cardi going like that. Like Cardi said on Kasha Nat Stream, I'm a grown man. This man is 30, bro. He's 29, 30 years old. He's not going for that, bro. He's not. Okay. Yes, sir. He's not doing that, bro. And I don't think Kendrick would care that much. To be honest, I don't think Kendrick would go that far. He said y'all can rock with him. Okay. I'm not rocking with him. I'm not rocking with him regardless. I sent on that on Alton. I'm taking that to the grave. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, but then on top of that, I didn't even think about the whole Weekend thing. Weekend had the joint, the Timeless joint that they performed at the Grammys and stuff like that. And then he had the joint on here. And it's just crazy, bro. Like, Weekend really hates Drake too. And Kendrick is dissing Drake on this. But people say, oh, he's dragging it, he's this and that. And Drake was dissing Kendrick on the SSS album, For You album. He dissing Kendrick on Nokia. No. He dissing him on Give Me a Hug when he was like, the 29-year-old's gonna be twerking with books in their hands. And then he said the other thing where he was like, forget a rap battle. A rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit. When you said, no, we not letting it die this time. No, you following through. But sometimes it's on the truths. And then found in the booth, leave you all confused. I'm out on the loose. Like, you can't do that and then be like, I don't care about a rap beef. I'm worried about getting the party lit and about the woman and the song. So like, you can't do that. So yeah, this is just Kendrick responding once again. I thought it was crazy. And to know that Cardi apparently has some problems with him is even crazier because all right, so I'm going back to GA followers. Shout out GA followers. So they asked him about Cardi. He said, I'm still a fan of Cardi. I guess they had some static for a little moment because Cardi tried to sell some merch that was kind of like affiliated with Key, but it wasn't official merch. Like, it was just so Key wasn't getting none of the money of the merch that he was selling. And so I guess Key really won't rocking with him then. He said, but I'm still a fan like Playboi Carti. Shout out Playboi Carti. It's no hard feelings with the. So I'm like, oh, I didn't even know about that. But I say all this to say Cardi and 21 Savage, them jokers came up together on the east side, recording a lot of time at Key Grandma house. So it's like, you know how Cardi rap on Whole Lot of Red about I used to be on the east side with Man and I'm sorry, with Man and Key and Fat Man Key. So Man Savage, that's low key 4L. So it's like well, he's not 4L like officially, I don't think. But like that's the same realm. Like he sound like Nudie, kind of look like he's just like some East Atlanta stuff, right? And so it was very surprising that someone that close to a 21 Savage or came up with 21 Savage and stuff like that will have a problem with Drake. Like it's like, dang, where did this come from? I don't know. I guess that's just something to look out for in the future of what happened between him and Drake behind the scenes. But yeah, something definitely happened. So that's a side plot for some drama that will come up in the near future. But that's whatever. That's that. I want to talk about this K Camp. Where we see. I'm gonna pull this up just so I have the K Camp joint. I'll go to K Camp next. Shout out to K Camp doing his thing, independent man. Releasing a lot of music ever since he's been independent. I think Float to London was the one. Yeah. He's been releasing a lot, bro. He had Float 3 years ago. Then Vibe Forever. Spin the Block. Hold on, I'm gonna share the tab. Spin the Block. I remember that. I had a shirt. Spin the Block. Young and Free. That was a 2-pack. I remember that. Float to London. I think this was the album release I went to. Float Island after that. That was an EP. And then Built Different. This one that just came out. So Built Different. Let me read my notes on this. And we'll get to this. Hold on. Shout out K Camp, man. Shout out Atlanta. Shout out Mob County. Shout out May to the May. If you know, you're not. All right. Anyways, I said very smooth. I love the fact that he does sing and rap about love. It's like Foggy Raw's refreshing. You know, these days you have so many artists that rap about violence and tough guy and this and that. It's nice to get a break from that and keep it cool. Keep it, as the kids say, keep it P. Or am I Unc? Dude, just Unc say that now in 2025. But anyways, yeah. I said K Camp honestly just makes good music. It's catchy hooks, nice beat selection, and he uses a lot of cool slang. And that was something that I was hold on. I was tweaking. I thought I was clicking off this. All right. But it was like Two of Us, Consequences, Bet. I think Bet was one of the ones that I like. And maybe It Was You the Whole Time. Those were like two that I really like off top. And stuff like that. And yeah, I just really like those records. And I said, you know, very smooth dude, this and that. And then we get to like the middle, once again, that middle back end half of these projects, man. We get to that point, and I'm like, the substance is starting to feel a bit empty in terms of subject matter. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing because I think for some artists and for some projects, you just need some vibes, some cool music, something that you can play at a kickback, something that you can play when your friends are over. You know, you can just play this entire album as background music and have everybody just cooling, talking, catching up. It's just like some, you know, just like his hits, like Comfortable, like that's some nice, like you can play that on the beach. You can play that in the bar. You can play that at a restaurant. You can play that anywhere, you know what I'm saying? And it goes off and it fits in with the mode of the atmosphere in the background. And that's the type of music that K Camp makes. So it's like, it's not a bad thing. But if you're just sitting down listening, kind of for substance and you're like critiquing it and stuff like that, you're like, dang, what are we talking about here? Like, it's cool. Like you just heard me like praise it at the beginning of the album. I'm like, this is great beat selection. He's rapping about love. He's rapping about relationships. He's rapping about women. And, you know, he's now rapping about violence and this and that. Like, I really enjoy it. And then after a while, it's like, what is we talking about? We still talking about just women and girls and playing girls in the rotation? Like, bro, like, that's it. And then we get to the last couple tracks where I felt like there was more substance on the back end, and the last two tracks that kind of outros too much and Wake Up. he's talking a lot about his personal life and his personal struggles and the thing that he's going through and stuff, and the things that he has to balance kind of as like the patriarch of his family and stuff like that, of kind of being the guy that has to pay the bills, have to make sure his mom's good, have to make sure his siblings are good, make sure the people in his hometown are good, because K Camp's he still lives in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, because he does a lot of stuff in Atlanta. So he still lives in Atlanta. So he does a lot of stuff with his family and the people that he grew up around and stuff like that. His team, shout out to Chris Tanti, Marietta legend. His team keeps on point, and it's the same team forever. Ever since I've kind of been around him and kind of covered K Camp's people and the people around him and stuff like that. So yeah, salute. However, I do think those two tracks, while it does have more substance in the lyrics and it's talking about something a little more, I do feel like those tracks are a little slow for my liking. That's just a personal preference thing, but some people, they might like it. So yeah, how I feel about this project, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for this one, I'm thinking 7.3. I'm thinking 7.3. I think it's a decent project. I really like the beginning. I like the beat selection. I like the flows and stuff like that. K Camp is just good at that. And then it gets a little bland towards the middle. And I'm like, okay, we still on the stuff that we hit on at the beginning of the album. And I think it might be a problem with listeners, with myself, because you want a cohesive theme of a project, right? Like me personally, I want a cohesive theme, but I also like some diversity, some mixture of stuff. Like, okay, we're going to talk cool here. We're going to talk woman at the beginning. Then we're going to switch it up and talk about, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all not messing with me. I've been doing this since, when was hit it from the front back? Do it. When was Do It? Do It was like 2010, 2011. Yo, K Camp, how many people in Atlanta have been doing it since 2010, bro? No pun when I said doing it. You could be talking about like 15 years later and I'm still in the game. And like, we can get one of those tracks, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can get some flexing. We can get some of that, you know what I'm saying? We can get that in the middle. And then we can end it up with, while I have all these accomplishments and I became so successful and no one's as big as me and no one's lasting longer than me and I'm still on the radar, still overlooked, this and that, woo whoop. Here's the burdens that I have to carry with that success, with that platform, with this money, with this fame, everything like that. And I felt like you could kind of do it like that, So give me a variety of things and stuff like that, and we can go like that. So right now I give it a 7.3. Shout out to K Camp, man, for sure. Ty the Guy is the next album that I listen to. Let me see if I have that on the thing, bro. Let me see if I have this Ty the Guy thing still pulled up in one of my tabs. I don't think so. So I'm gonna have to pull it up myself again. Shout out to Ty the Guy. That is someone who I've like kind of become cool with. Lessons and Blessings is the name of the project. And that was unexpected to me, to be honest. I didn't expect me to get cool with Ty. But he a cool dude. I'm going to subscribe to the music channel. He has 2 music channels, just in case you were wondering. This is the new one. Lessons and Blessings. So in this one, oh, yeah. I just said, I was taking, the album is only about 30 minutes. So it's a quick and easy listen and stuff like that. Ty, once again, not really the guy to rap about violence himself. He's very honest in this stuff, and I like that. I like the honesty. I don't like the flexing. I don't like everybody talking about violence and stuff. He's opening up about his family, some of the things that his cousin had to do growing up and stuff like that. Talking about kind of, it's almost like I'm not from the hood, but I've seen things from the hood perspective. And I think that's a part of the Black experience. It's like everybody's not, you know what I'm saying? No. But the people, even if you aren't from that, you aren't too far removed from it. You're 1 or 2 people from it. And a lot of people on the outside might not get that, but it just is what it is. So I appreciated that perspective and stuff like that. My favorite is the single. I think he picked the right single for sure. Hold on. I hope it don't play. All right, cool. This is a time I'm thankful for the ads. But yeah, I'm trying to vibe That's a single. It's got it samples Offset on Bad and Bougie. Like, we ain't got a whole lot of old money. We got a lot of new money though. And it's like ding, ding, ding. It's like a jerk beat sample. It's kind of like I've been on the London stuff a lot lately. I know I've said that a bunch of times on the channel. If this is your first time, hearing me say this. With like Figgy, YT, and Jim Legacy, and like the YT in particular, I've been on heavy. Like he got the I don't want it everybody talking about. And you go like it just make you like do it like a disco dance, like a here, it's like a jerk beat, like a ding, 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 like that Pink Dress joint with DDG. I just like that sound. Like that's like one of the new sounds that I really like. That's trending right now. I'm like, I could get with this. I could get jiggy with this. So, anyways, it uses that type of sample, that type of sound on it. That's my favorite joint on it. I think he picked the right sample. I think he picked the right single for the project and stuff like that. And the message is cool in this one too. Like he's talking about some, so like I appreciate it. The messages are there with Ty the Guy. So it's like in this one, I'm trying to vibe. He's saying we all going through it, which is very ironic because that's how like one time I was talking to him and that was kind of like the thing of the situation of the conversation for a little bit, where it's like everybody going through it. Everybody's got rough times. I got enough stuff on my plate as an adult. I'm not trying to really hear too many people talk about their struggles and this and that because it's difficult adulting. It's difficult being a father. It's difficult doing these things. And I don't necessarily just want negative energy to me when I'm already struggling as is. Like life already is hard as enough. And then I come to get a little breather, be with my boys, and you talking about, man, it's tough at the crib. I gotta have my bills, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm the successful one. So I really appreciated that message and that. And he said just saying, man, I'm just trying to vibe. I ain't trying to hear all that right now. So salute the time on that. And but okay, so now my critiques now. And like I said, this is my dude, everything like that. Ain't nothing personal. I'm sure you want me to keep it honest, Ty, if you was watching this. Me personally, I am not a fan of his singing. His singing records, his melodic records, I'm not really a fan of those. And this project has a lot of it because that's a lot of what Ty, I feel like, likes to do because it's always been a part of his music and it's always been a part of his sound. But yeah, it's just not for me. The auto tune, I'm just not really feeling it and stuff like that. The singing, but I do like the rapping records, and I like Tap In as well. Tap In is at the end of it's the last song on the project, so I like Tap In, and then I like the single. We got a whole lot of new money though. So those are the two joints that I'm really rocking with Ty the Guy. If I had to rate this one, Lessons and Blessings from Ty the Guy, I would rate it. I gave K Camp a 7.1. I give this Ty the Guy joint, I give it about a 6.7, 6.8. Yeah, I give about a 6.7, 6.8. And you know, you might think, oh, that's low. Woo, woo. It could be a lot lower, bro. You can go with a 5. You can go with anything below a 5. You know how some people be like, 5 is like it's average. And but it could be much lower. The reason why it's not is because I do like those two songs. And it's 2 out of 10. It's only 10 tracks. It's 30 minutes. So I think if you like multiple songs in that, it ain't the worst album. But like I said, the singing just ain't for me. And it's a lot of singing, more singing than it is rapping on this joint for real. So that's why I'm going with that. 6.78 for Ty, 7.1 for K Camp, and 8.3, 8.5 for Carti so far. And then now, just random, just good songs that I've come across this week and stuff like that, and I think just deserve a little love, a little shout out. So this one was sent to me from his label, from his PR people, his publicists, and stuff like that, and I liked it. Sometimes when people like when the artists, when the PR and the label send you stuff, it'll be some good stuff, and this was one of them. I feel like for sure. Where is it? Where's the song? I'm trying to pull up. I have the full name on the list, but I wanted to pull it up so I could share the screen. I'll just do it on this one. Stop sharing real quick. Oh, let me see. This dude right here, bro. This dude right here. Salute to this guy right here, man. I'm about to go share again. Jay Prince. I think this dude from London, because I hear a bit of a what you call in there, an accent and this stuff. There's a Helen from East London. Reading this fundamental Rashad. But yeah, this joint right here, Solitude, bro, with the Stell and Odyssey. Very smooth track, very groovy. I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with Jay Prince. I'm tapped in now. I'm tapped in now to Jay Prince. I might just be on this might just be my London era. I don't know. Because you already know. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm already on like Lil Sims. I'm a big Lil Sims stan, and she coming back out this year, bro. She's coming out with another album this year. It was like the last album. It was on some EDM, some singing stuff, some different stuff, experimental. You know what I'm saying? If she get back to the bars and just the bars, because she is rapping on that joint too. But if she just gets back to the bars, it's interesting to see. You know, a lot of people are talking about, oh, Doechie's getting the thing from Lauryn Hill, this and that, woo woo. Like Lil Sims reminds me exactly of Lauryn Hill. I feel like Lil Sims is Lauryn Hill without the major group, right? Without the Fugees, without their success and everything like that. But Lauryn Hill solo. If Lauryn Hill solo didn't have the Fugees backing and the Fugees title to go into like to get her promotion and stuff like that for her one and only album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and she had Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and just kept going solo and kept putting out albums, more than one album, I feel like that would be Lil Sims, bro. High on Lil Sims. I love Lil Sims. I think she's one of the best rappers in the world, male or female, for sure. And I've thought that for a while now, for a few years now. But anyways, but I'm on the Lil Sims thing. Y'all know I'm in the underground now. Recently, as of the past couple weeks, with the Figgy, YT, and Jim Legacy and stuff like that. I'm on them jokers heavy. I was already on Sky last year with the Rain. The Rain joint I could still play. I feel like that's a timeless classic. And everything like that. Who else? Pink Panthers. I've been on Pink Panthers heavy. I've been on Leanne LaHavis. Is Leanne LaHavis from the UK? Yeah, I think so. I think she's from London too. Georgia Smith. Everybody love Georgia Smith, of course. I'm not really into the drill scene, so I can't say shout out Skeptis, shout out Central C and all them. I can't really say that. I will be fake if I said that. I like a couple songs from them, but it's like their biggest songs. You know, it ain't like I know some songs that people don't know. I don't know them songs. I just know the big songs. Shout out Dave as well. Same thing with Skepta, Central C and all them jokers, the big ones. I don't know them jokers songs. But anyways, I'm rocking with the UK, bro. Just Jay Prince dude is groovy. He reminds you of if I had to give you a category to put him in, Steve Lacy type stuff, like groovy, the internet, all that soulful, easygoing. Shout out to Jay Prince. I'm rocking with this one, Solitude, and then I listen to Chasing Thrills. Both of those I put on my list of cool new music that I heard this week, bro. That I heard today for the first time and stuff like that, coming around for the first time. So I had to shout them folks, man, by show. I'm typing because I wanted to see the exact name of this next guy, the exact name of the song of this next guy, because he's a legend and stuff like that. Where we at? All right, cool beans. So the next one I wanted to shout out was That's What's Up from Mojo Flow and featuring Bootsy Collins, bro. I love this joint. It's just classic Bootsy right here. You know what I'm saying? Where it's funk, it's old school funk, everything like that. It takes you back to that time. I really rock with it. Shout out Bootsy Collins, friend of the channel, by the way, legend in the game. I am running you. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. Shout out Bootsy Collins, bro. And oh, no. All right, so I shouted out those two. Next one, I already did a big thing on this, but I'm gonna say it again, just to save one of my joints. Good credit, bro. Where we at? Good credit. Where's that? Good credit. Where's it? Good credit right here. Good credit for sure. From Playboi Carti, bro. Good credit for sure. That's one of my joints of the week. Another one of my joints for the week is his home team, another friend of the channel. Y'all ready? Fly J Big 4. Forgiving $5 million of debt, erasing $5 million of debt for families in the state of Louisiana, thanks to Experian and her NIL deal. First of all, congratulations on that. Once again, I seen Complex pick it up and went viral again. Thank you. Shout out Complex. Shout out Fly J Big 4. Experian once again. What It Takes. This is a music video done by Lyrical Lemonade. It's a Powerade commercial, another NIL deal. And she found a way to rap it. It's just like Chromacopia. I'm listening to Chromacopia the first time, and at the last song, what does T say? T say you can never moonwalk in these Converses and these Chuck loafers. I'm like, oh man, Chuck Taylors. I'm tripping. I'm tweaking. He said, you can never moonwalk in my Chuck Taylors. Mooney. I said, that was a corporate move. Y'all don't be getting it. These boys is businessmen. These women is businessmen. She came in so smooth, and I got it. What did it take? And I got it in one in the day. That's a whole flow from the Came Out of Beast. That ain't even the same song. So I apologize, Big Fold. The song only been out for one day. I apologize for getting the wrong melody, but it reminded me of some like Prime Wham. It reminded me of some Prime Wham sounds so cringe. I apologize. It reminded me of Prime Lil Baby. It reminded me of Lil Baby 2022, 2020, 2021 Lil Baby, bro. Like she going in and she got a snippet that was crazy too. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She got some stuff. Fly J got some stuff, boy. I can't lie to you. This joint right here. Going crazy. Whenever she released that one, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She really in her Lil Baby. She rapping like Lil Baby right now. Remember when Anthony Edwards came in the league, they said, what do you do? He said, I rap. He said, oh, like Damian Lillard. He said, no. Damian Lillard, he cool, but like I rap though. I rap like Lil Baby for real. Fly J really rapping like Lil Baby for real right now. Prime Lil Baby, what is we talking about? Like I said, Flan B, shout out Flan B. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Phone B. You know, so salute to all the singing and love. She in love with Chris. Shout out to Chris Hilton Jr. Shout out Chris Hilton Sr., man. Salute. He followed me on social media, got that tweet about it. So I said, okay, that's cool. I'm cool with the family on all sides. Young, respectful black man. Talented young black man. Great receiver. Shout out to the LSU Tiger. Go Tiger. Shout out to Ed Orgeron. Anyway, Orgeron. Beyond that, besides the point, right? We getting back into it. Salute to the singing, everything like that. Shout out Rod Wave, because it's kind of Rod Wave, K Campish. Shout out K Camp, just shouting him out. When she rap, she could really rap. She really rap, yo. Like she really rap. Fly J can rap her behind off. And like I said this in when I did the list of the top female rappers or whatever 2024, I feel like Fly J don't get mentioned in that. Like, once again, I'm referencing Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. Like, when Gambino was really rapping 2014, 2015, when he did the Stone Mountain mixtape, and he was like at the top of his rapping game, nobody was talking about it, bro. Nobody was talking about it. And it was like every time Childish Gambino was brought up, they was like, oh, yeah, you know, like, I just salute him for all the things he can do. Like, he's so multi-talented. I said, no. Yes, but no. That's not what we talking about right now. We talking about pure rapping. Childish Gambino, at the moment, when he released Stone Mountain, Kawhi, Joker was a top 5 rapper in the world, bro. 2014, Childish Gambino was a top 5 rapper in the world. It was Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and then I had like, you could put Future there, you could put Logic, Big Sean at the time. It's 2014, so you can put Big Sean in there at the time if you want to put Big Sean there. Childish Gambino. Shout out Ab-Soul. Shout out Absolutely for sure. You know what I'm saying? One of the best technical rappers in the world. King Lo's one of the best technical rappers in the world. I'm talking about overall can make song, make hits, this and that. Mac Miller was in the mix as well. Childish Gambino was in talks for top 5 rapper in the world, and not enough people was talking about it. Because every time you talked about Childish Gambino, it's, oh, he's so good, he does multiple things. That's exactly what it is with Flau'jae right now. It's like, oh, she balances a rap career and does basketball, and she's really good at basketball. Yes, Flau'jae Johnson is one of the best basketball players in the country right now in college basketball. Thank you. She's one of the best in the SEC. Thank you. She's the best player on her team. Thank you. She's the leading scorer of her team, and she's probably going to be a top 2 pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. Number 1 pick is between her and Lauren Betts. Thank you. We've acknowledged it. We got it. Besides the point. Flau'jae just rapping. She's one of the better female rappers in the game right now, bro. And nobody's talking about that. You know why? Another reason, on top of just the clever bars and everything like that, woo everything, we talking about subject matter and the fact she don't cuss. She don't cuss in her songs, and the subject matter is always clean and family friendly because she has an image and brand to protect as a high profile athlete. Nobody's talking about it. And the flow is still the coldest. She's rapping like prime little baby. She's not even cussing. The flows is crazy. She's not cussing. It's family-friendly music you can play in front of the whole family. And it's not corny. It's still true to herself. It's on some Wande stuff. Shout out to Wande. Oh, wait, hold on. She changed her name to Anika. Shout out Anike, right? Anike? Shout out Anike, formerly known as Wande. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the coldest MCs in the world, too. People don't talk about it because she's a Christian rapper. It's like NF, right? Like NF, people won't talk about NF because he's a Christian rapper. People don't talk about Lecrae when they talk about lyricism because he's a Christian rapper. People don't be talking about D1 in them conversations because he's a Christian rapper. It's a lot of Christian rappers, a lot of clean rappers that don't cuss, which makes it even more impressive, by the way. That should give you extra points, in my opinion. That don't be getting the credit for their lyricism and they pen and being some of the best in the game just because people don't discuss it for some reason. They just kind of throw it out the window just because it's not mainstream. Forget the mainstream. Forget what the numbers, forget what Billboard's saying, even though Flau'jae got the numbers. Flau'jae is one of the better female rappers in the world right now. It has been that way for the last 3-4 years. Ever since Big Foe, I feel like Big Foe was that jump for her from like a youngin trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep a steady, whatever, take that next jump and rap, you know what I'm saying? Because she already had the platform from being Camouflage daughter and being on the rap game, right? It's like Lotto, right? Lotto already had the platform from being on the rap game and being literally at every show in Atlanta. She did every open mic in Atlanta as a teenager. Like her whole life, her father pushed her to be a rapper, right? As a, you know, you would see Lotto at the fair. You see Lotto perform at Georgia State at the pet rally. Like, she performed everywhere, bro. That's exactly how it was with Flau'jae writing music. She had a following, but not nothing like crazy, right? Boy, she put out that Big Foe. That Big Foe took her to the next level. And like she said, shout out to the DJ in Dallas at the little Dallas arena when they won the championship. She played Big Foe. So the song got even bigger after that. And that's when people started reposting the video about like this hard and stuff like that. Big Foe took her to the next level, right? For sure. So ever since Big Foe to now, that's probably been what, 2023 to now? The past 2-3 years, Flau'jae Johnson's been one of the best rappers, female rappers in the world, bro. For sure. She's up there with Flo Milli. She's up there in the well, I'll say she's more so in the ballpark of Mana Leo. A lot of people got Mana Leo, Ken the Man, right? And that kind of like tier just right below the okay. So all right, we're gonna do tiers real quick. Say No Name, Lil Sims, Samara Sin. Who else would you put up there? Doechii. Say you put the rappers up, and I say Doja Cat, and salute to Nicki as well. Say them 5. I'll say Nicki. I'll say Nicki up there too. Them 6 is like just elite rapping. Then you got another tier of the top popping industry mainstream girls, right? Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Lotto. Lotto could rap though. Lotto could really rap her behind all. Lotto, Glorilla, Sexy Red, and who else would you put in that area? So say them 5, right? Meg Thee Stallion. And then you go to the next tier. The next tier are the people who have a following and stuff like that. People know about them, but they're not like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and all these huge stars and stuff like that. I say that is JT. That's Flo Milli. That's Cali. And now, okay, so that 3, I'll give them that 3 because they all have major Ice Me Out, Cash Doll as well. They all have major mainstream hits, like at least one radio song, right? Okay, now we go into the next tier of just below that. People know them, but they don't have no major mainstream hit. I'll put, should I put Anicia in the same category as Flo Milli? I'll throw Anicia in the same category because Back Outside is big. Next category, right? So that's the Mana Leos, Ken the Mans, and that's where I got Flau'jae. I got her in that. 3, she in the top 3, 4, she in the top 5 tier rapper, bro. That's insane. And nobody's talking about it, bro. Nobody's talking about it. But anyways, I just want to say that about Flau'jae. What It Takes, that's one of my cool songs of the week. So far we got Jay Prince, What It Takes from Flau'jae, and Bootsy Collins. From Ty the Guy, I already said I'm Trying to Vibe. That's also on there. From K Camp, I got Bet on here. Shout out K Camp as well. And I already shouted out Good Credit from Kendrick. There's only just one more song on here that I like to give a shout out to that I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it for real. Well, hold on. Let me find this joint. It's this one right here. Just Like Me, bro. From Cherry 22. This is my first time hearing about Cherry 22 was today. And I like what I see. Or I like what I hear too. I'm sorry. You got to be careful with that stuff. People be like, "What you on, Rashad?" Do I have this in? Okay, I got it. Sharon. So yeah. I'm also rocking with this one, Cherry 22, Just Like Me. I like it. It's like a nice mixture of hip hop and pop. I like the fuse there and stuff like that. What did I want to say? Cherry 22. Oh yeah. Shout out Jay Stevens as well. Shout out to Almeida, if that's how you pronounce it. Just the pop girlies, the black pop girlies, they really getting into that bag. Shout out Flo as always. You know what I'm saying? Friends of the channel and stuff like that. And yeah, the black pop girlies are getting to the bag. But I really like this. I really like this joint. Layla's album was like my album of the year last year. So this is kind of like my bag. The blend of R&B, pop, and hip hop to like where the lines are so blurred, you don't know what it is. That's my bag for sure. For sure. So salute to Cherry 22. I'm tapped in now. I'm following along. Yeah. All right. Those are all my music stuff, man. So I guess that's it. That's the end of the stream. It's a good stream. W stream, man. W stream. The replay will be available soon. So do not fret if you missed any of it. As always, my name is Rashad Milligan. Oh, no, I didn't react to Angie Stone. I'm tripping. I'm tweaking. Rest in peace, Angie Stone, bro. We about to look at some of the performances from the Angie Stone service today. It was in Austell, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Home to Six Flags at Word of Faith Family Cathedral Center. This is the church that I grew up going to with my mom. So yeah, shout out to Word of Faith. I did not know they were hosting this service. They also hosted the service for Wanda, um Atlanta radio legend, next to Frank Ski for so many years. In the morning, Wanda and Frank Ski in the morning. It's kind of like a dynamic duo. She had obviously had that viral moment with Cat Williams, which was kind of like a lot of people brought that up again and stuff. But rest in peace, Wanda, as well. That service was at Word of Faith. So I love my church, the church that I grew up in. I don't go to that church no more. I go to Darius Daniels Church. I go to Chains Church over there in Gwinnett. But salute to the hometown as always. Word of Faith. Luis, what up? All right. Anyways, let me listen to this. It's Kiki Wyatt singing. So the daughter, granddaughter, and son, they had the courage to speak. Yeah, gotta salute this every time I see it, bro. When the kids talk, always gotta salute that. Here we go. Here's Kiki Wyatt singing. Shout out Kiki Wyatt. I seen her in my first internship when I was in college. Nice person. And good friend of Angie Stone's.
Y'all want the rest? Oh, I say, because,
Come on, Kiki.
thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Come on. Why you sing, Kiki? Come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki. Where's his eyes, Kiki? Where's his eyes? Where's his eyes, Kiki? And you know what? What do you know? What do you know, Kiki? Let me know. Take your time. Take your time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't apologize.
When it's real, it's just real.
Mm-hmm. Come on. It's not linear.
For I know. Thank you, Jesus. He watches. He watches. He watches.
They was cutting up, boy. They was cutting up, boy. This how you go. Hey, this how you go. This how you tribute somebody, man. She did this at the service. Not the BET Award, not the Soul Train Award, not the. She did this at the service in the church. That's how you honor your friend. That's how you go out, man. Goodness gracious. This how you go up. She sang that song. I ain't never heard somebody sing it like that. Come on, Kiki. All right, who is this? The Braxtons.
Since I started
This music. Good person. Friend of the channel.
Together called The Ingredients of Love. She was one of the first artists that I worked with, and the energy that she had at the time was so magnetic. I didn't know if she was my mama, my sister, my homegirl. Like, it was just so much all at once. And I was really drawn to that energy because, you know, I grew up in Philly. Philly is really hard and I had a hard upbringing, so I didn't have a lot of positive female interactions like that, you know. Yeah, I had sisters and cousins and things like that, but I've never experienced female energy so pure and raw, and then for it to be creative as well. And we were just bouncing off of, you know, the whole music thing, exchanging vibes, and to learn later on how long she has been doing it before then. We're talking about 2000, so she's been at it about almost 20 years since then.
Yeah.
So to track that all the way up till today, that is a long arc to be contributing to a culture of music that we all grew up generations in, that I don't think is really being fully acknowledged.
Shout out music, bro. For sure. Shout out Drummer Boy.
Get one of those like you.
No, you don't want this.
Why? You don't.
You want this.
Oh God, I can't do that. She's a baby. Like I tell you, she's in. But people need to know. Hey, Stan, don't walk out of the building.
I'm not.
Don't you walk out, no.
See there? Do that again.
No.
Because I don't think you're meanwhile, back in the range.
Yes, back in the land.
Okay? We're about to do this play.
Yes.
Preacher's Kid Resurrection.
Yes.
It's coming. Easter weekend.
Who wrote it?
Stan Foster.
The stand.
The Stan Foster.
Foster.
Stan Foster. He's written so much. It was such a big hit on TV. Oh,
Yes.
TV once again. On this time. They want it live. It's called Pay Per View.
Hallelujah.
Ching, 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 ching.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir. We're going to do that, baby. Come on down and see us with the box.
As Jermaine Dupri said, like a lot of this, like the drop off in singers, like singers, it's like kids don't be in church. Kids don't be in church. You could tell, obviously, from these two, from just this clip, from this 1 minute and 4 second clip, these two was in the church heavy. You seen how Kiki sang that song, man? I ain't never seen that song being sung like that in my life. Not in no church service, not on Lauryn Hill, the sister act, whoever's singing it. Whitney Houston, I never heard her sing like that, a song like that in my life, bro. And I think it all stems from like folks grew up in the church. It was in the church. Put your kids in church, man. Let's get some kids that can sing again. Sing though. All right, here's Tamla Man. This is from I'm gonna make sure I give the person the credit. They got their logo up here. Nora Bonds and Jen Leon uploaded it. Shout out Jen Leon. Where's she at? She in Atlanta. Shout out Jen Leon. I'm shouting you out. So don't be you know what I'm saying, tweaking. Here you go.
I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't pay what's left to do. Truth is, we no strength.
Tamla. I'm sorry, I had to skip through that because the stream could have been taken down with that. That's an actual song. She's singing the song. I don't know, his eyes on the sparrow, but the way that Kiki was doing it, it was such a impromptu kind of improv way and everything like that you could have went around it. This one with the rules say I'm playing with it, so they could have shut down this whole thing. But anyways, ain't nothing. If you want to watch it, Jen Leon, I'll let y'all watch it, whatever. I'll put the link in the description and things like that, and we'll go from that. Shout out Tyler Perry. Shout out Getty Images for getting this as well, for just calling out the industry for like she shouldn't have to work the way that she was working at the end. She would have got the money that she was deserved from the beginning. Once again, man, rest in peace to Angie Stone. My brother, Nah, no, that's one of like my favorite songs ever growing up and stuff like that. But revisiting this song after hearing the news of her tragic passing, it's just like the message in it is so beautiful, and it's like something that we could really use at a time like this. You know, in an age of the social media gender wars and the age and era of podcasts and just kind of arguing like men and women. You know, Fresh and Fit being one of the more kind of, I don't know, iconic is the word, but one of the more notable podcasts of the generation, right? And it's just a bunch of dudes with opinions that hate women in a room with women who are willing to hear a bunch of dudes who they know hate women just yell at them, and they yell at each other back and forth about who's better, who's worse. In that era, in that time, we could use a song like a My Brother, and not just a song created, right? Because there have been songs talking about how they love black men, how black women love black men. There are songs, you know, shout out Wale, Black Girl Magic. That's one of my favorite joints, like 2020 and stuff like that. There are songs from black men talking about how much they love black women, but a song with some billboard and commercial success the same way that Angie Stone's My Brother, if we can get a joint like that to become that popular and that successful, I think that's something the generation can really use. Because the more that we are divided with topics that don't even matter, at the end of the day, I feel like we're just wasting time. And I think that's one thing that we can learn from Angie Stone. Another thing, always speak out. You know, she spoke out about what she was dealing with. You know, she pulled the curtain from beyond, and she let people know what she was dealing with like labels and UMG and stuff like that. And now we know. Now we know it's not something that we're in the dark about of like, oh, this and that. Like, why was Angie on the road so often this spring? Why was she going from Mobile, Alabama to this part of Mississippi and driving the shuttle all the way to Atlanta to catch a flight to go to Baltimore to perform at the SAIC tournament, the you know what I'm saying? Not the CIA tournament. You know what I'm saying? Why was that necessary? Why was she doing that in her 60s? Why is Earth, Wind, and Fire still touring in their 70s, 80s? You know what I'm saying? Why is Stevie Wonder still touring right now in his 80s? Like, you can say it's love, right? I watched Frankie Beverly's last show in Atlanta last year, and Frankie was like, I believe he was dealing with Parkinson's and stuff like that at the time. And, you know, God rest his soul, Frankie Beverly, a legend in music and stuff like that, pioneer in music. But it was like Frankie was in such bad shape, he could barely move. He was like in his late 70s, going to his 80s if he wasn't already in his 80s. And it's like, why does Frankie Beverly need to tour? And I understand it was like one last dance and we give him his flowers and he smells his flowers and stuff, but he didn't need to be on the road doing them shows, man. And like Shaka Khan and the bars were opening for him. And Shaka was like turning 72. Like her 73rd birthday was like the next day. And she was dancing and, you know, touring, you know, doing Shaka Khan stuff. And it's like, our legends don't need to be moving at that type of pace in their 70s, in their 80s. I understand doing shows because it's what you love. It keeps you going. It gives you purpose and all of these things. But a lot of the reason why these artists tour at these ages, once again, I'm going back to Childish Gambino because I'll just consume a lot of Childish Gambino content. But he said one of the reasons why he was retiring the entire Childish Gambino character and moniker and all of those things is because he said he didn't want to be in the 60s performing Bonfire. You know, where he has goofy punchlines like made to be different. Casey Anthony, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't want to be doing that when he's an older man. And I, you know, when I see this, it's like, it's great for the consumer. I get a chance to see this legend. I get a chance to see this legend. At the same token, it's also like, why is this legend doing 30 to 50 dates in the spring through the summer? Why is this legendary act in their 60s, 70s, performing more shows than Cash Cobain in 2025. Their bodies can't handle that. I don't care how great shape you in and how your spirit and this and that. No. And I'm so glad that Angie gave us the look behind the curtain for that in real time on Instagram Live, and people recorded that so they could post it shortly after her tragic kind of ending and stuff like that, right? And I'm also glad that Tyler Perry said the obvious at the service, because a lot of people will avoid the elephants in the room and the obvious at the service just for the sake of everybody's comfort. We already heard it at the time. Let's keep it real, because if we keep it real, we can help prevent this from happening in the future at the time that it happened. It's all inevitable, right? But it's like, this didn't have to happen when it did happen. If folks wasn't on the road traveling for hours long, you know what I'm saying, on freeways and interstates and everything, like, this might not be a situation where a 68-year-old is still performing 3 shows in 4 nights. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that, bro. So I don't know, just some food for thought. Rest in peace, Angie Stone, once again, one of the pioneers, a hip-hop pioneer for sure, and R&B soul legend. So I appreciate you so much, Angie Stone. Thank you for all the art that you left with us here on this earth. We will appreciate it. Rest in peace, Roy Ayers as well. Everybody loves the sunshine. And yeah, man, that's it. You all take care of yourselves. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Caleb Wilson had his memorial in Baton Rouge today. And then tomorrow, in a few hours, actually, he's going to be doing the family, the estate, they're doing the funeral for him in Kenner, which is just up the road from me. I'm debating whether or not I want to Uber there and all that and stuff. I don't know if I want to go up there in a situation like that, Uber, spend a bunch of money, get footage on my cell phone and kind of just use it for content, but also like, it's history, it's historic. You kind of want to document it. So I'm going back and forth about it. I might just kind of stay in my lane, stay home and stuff like that. I don't want to get too close with conflict of interest with business and stuff like that, because then my job will, oh, Rashad, what you doing? You know, when you get too much motion, you're like, oh, Rashad, what you doing? You look like you about to break free. Yeah, it's like, man, I can't be successful out of work. I thought you wanted me to be successful. Anyways, you guys take care of yourselves. I'm going to get off while I get in trouble. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Everything like that. Y'all enjoy the basketball this weekend. Y'all stay safe. Whoop, whoop. Enjoy the weather. It's warming up outside. Until next time. Peace out.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.